This is AFTV VIP, the official web app with members-only content, has no ads and a live in-game match centre. The bias predictor, it has daily polls and the AFTV 11 selector. Just one click away.
Yes, my people, good morning. Hello and welcome to AFTV's daily news show with me, Cecil G. And we're here today to talk, well, we've got loads, as usual, there's plenty of things to get through, but the top headline to speak on today, Elneny has COVID. That's actually awful news when you look at it in hindsight. Like, we feel for him. I send out the best wishes from AFTV and I hope he recovers quickly. If it's serious, if not, obviously has to self-isolate for a couple of weeks and hopefully we'll see him back. But to talk on this topic, obviously I'm not alone. Have to bring in my guy, as usual, James B. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Morning.
Morning. How are we?
Yeah, I'm good. Obviously, yesterday I was like 10-10 energy, man. Pow.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you were. Yeah, that was pretty special for a Monday morning. So credit to you.
Do you know what? Yeah, I wanted to get the Monday going nice and powerful. Today I'm going to be a little, we've got to just get through this news today. We've got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to try and keep it steady and yeah, just relax. And I just want to say thank you everyone for watching. Yesterday we asked where you was watching from, and yeah, there was loads of international people. It blew my mind. So yeah, big up to you lot. Big up to the UK watchers as well. I'm just gonna go into. I love early comments. Yeah, I always read them before we start. Obviously, they pop up. Yeah. Picking some out. So we've got this one here. Best player in Egypt history. I think he's referring to Elneny. Thank you, Ballistic Banana. Crazy name as well. And then this one before we start moving on. Make sure you get your comments in on today's topics. You'll see them going across your screen at the bottom and the ticker. Richie MC says, our fan base is so naive, which I don't think should attack the whole fan base, but okay. One game made them sing Elneny to the rooftop, forgetting Xhaka, who stood with them through thick and thin. Now, we're going to talk about that. Actually, we're going to talk about what Elneny getting COVID does for our midfield and what we have to consider now for Sunday's game against Leeds. So we'll get into that. Before I get your take on that, James, I just want to have a little video. Obviously, obviously I shouldn't do this. Obviously, Salah he obviously got COVID as well. So I was just questioning. You know me, I like to have a little. So I put the dots and connect the strings and the triangles and the squares and that.
Where are you going with this?
Here we go. Do you think Elneny might have been invited and at the wedding and may have been vibes in there somewhere?
Do you know what? I actually know nothing about this, so you're gonna have to give me some context. What's going on? Basically,
obviously, Salah he got confirmed as positive of having COVID, but that was due after he went to a family wedding in Egypt. So then, obviously, I was just thinking, I'm trying to put two and two together and see. Elneny might have been invited, he might have been in the back somewhere, because he's been, you know what I mean, they're both Egyptian, you know what I mean, they might have been little, you know what I mean, so I just thought, I'll put the dots, but it's a conspiracy, but you know, we're allowed to speculate, this is what we do here, you know what I mean.
Where do you find this stuff?
Listen, I'm you know me, I scour the internet, I like to find some things, yeah, that's funny, it's the host footballer as per us, sorry, the comments are, class. James, you've got some admirers, you know. Come on.
Thank you.
But yeah, so let's get into this. Yeah, so basically,
very sweet.
We're going to talk about Elneny's obviously got COVID, and hopefully he's fine and he's not suffering from too many harsh symptoms. But what I want to talk about is obviously what does that do for us on Sunday? Now, I also watched back Xhaka and his performance for Switzerland, and he was then highlighted in many tabloids to say he played one of the best games. Well, not one of the best games, but really he outshone a lot of players in the midfield. But that's because he was playing in a defensive role. He actually just sat. He didn't do any of the going forward. He just swept up and broke up. Basically what Partey does, but he did it for Switzerland. So they say that's the best role for him. And if I'm honest, I agree. I don't feel like Xhaka's the guy to be driving forward. At times, maybe we're not driving forward, creating opportunities, being, like you always say, dynamic enough to get around players and create plays. So what I'm trying to get at is hopefully that on Sunday we get Xhaka and Partey. Obviously, Partey's still injured, but it's looking likely that he's going to be involved, because if he isn't, I mean, there's potential problems in the camp, because it leaves us with, I guess, Ceballos, maybe Ceballos and Xhaka, or Elneny if he can hopefully get his opportunity. Ceballos and what did I just say then? Ceballos and Will. So hopefully he gets his opportunity. So yeah, what do you think? People in the comments as well, let us know as well. Your three in midfield, what would you go with? Because right now we're kind of limited. We're kind of limited. We're going to say Partey is available. Let's just say for now.
Well, I think Partey will be available. Just a quick one on Elneny from my perspective. Yeah, I mean, wish him all the best. Hope he's all right. A lot of players have been contracting it, and touch wood, they've been okay. I mean, let's really hope. We know this can be a nasty disease, so let's hope he's all right. Wishing him all the best. Yeah. It does bring me on to. I mean, I could rant about this for the whole show. I'll try not to. I think it does beg the question: should we really be playing international football right now? I appreciate I appreciate that there's certain things that do have to happen, like the Euros qualifiers. I understand. I also appreciate that while maybe this doesn't have to happen, there is going to be a pressure from the FA and Gareth Southgate to be with his team and have the opportunity to be developing England as well ahead of the Euros. I get all that. That's fine. I like that midfield, by the way. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah, loads coming in.
But do we need these random international friendlies? Do we need the Nations League right now? I mean, really, and by the way, I like the Nations League. A lot of people slag it off, but I really like it as a competition. I think it's a really great move by UEFA to bring that in. But again, do we need these things right now? Like, we've worked so hard to get football back, and we can't promise players their safety. It's no coincidence that they go and they come back with it. Like, you're not getting loads of these positive tests during the club schedule. It tends to be after they've been away on international duty. Maybe I'm wrong. I've not seen the numbers, but that's just how it feels to me in the press, right? So, we look at what happened with Kieran Tierney when he didn't even get it. He had the antibodies, but he was just known to be in the same room with someone who tested positive, and look at the problems it caused. But away from that, players are also, I mean, they're exhausted. The amount of football they're playing, like 3 internationals in the space of 10 days, and then playing club and European football. Well, I say it's club, but it's domestic and European football, week in, week out, twice a week sometimes, or most regularly twice a week. It just doesn't sit well with me. I'm sure they've looked at it. I'm sure there'll be a reason why they're squeezing it all in. But anyway, it doesn't really feel right to me. But now, to actually answer your question, let me put that back to you. I mean, how do you feel about these internationals? Because we'll go on to what we should do this weekend, but I really wanted to bring that up, and sorry for taking us off.
It's fine. I like everyone I speak to, James. Everyone, they hate internationals, and like my friend group, Don, not hate it, but Don Robbie as well. He's not a fan of it massively. It's boring and it's useless. But for me, I enjoy watching it. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I enjoy watching the internationals only because I understand how much of a big thing it is for a player as well. Do you know what I mean? Just to even get an appearance, get a debut, get a cap, and I like to see a compilation of players that don't play for the same team in one team and see who are deemed to be supposed to be really, really, really great players, and I just like to see them play together and see if it actually works. It always fascinates me. But don't get me wrong, I'm ready for the Premier League to return, and I'm ready to see Arsenal and just see what happens going forward. So I am a fan of the Nations League. I know a lot of people aren't. The only thing I agree as well with is, was it really essential or needed during COVID times? Because like you said, I think you might be. We don't know the statistics. Who knows statistics of anything to do with COVID, if they're true or not. But when it comes to if Nations League and within the Premier League, I'm sure people, when they go to play for their international club, that they are contracting it more. But we don't know the fact. Yeah.
I mean, let's apply some basic logic to it, right? Genuinely, as at a very base level, at your football club, you can control your environment. I don't know the numbers, but I imagine there's like a 0.02% chance that you can contract it by playing football.
Yeah.
You know, the actual sport, right? So if you're controlled and you do the things the club are asking you to do, and you're getting tested regularly at the club, which is what they're doing, you can control your environment and the people around you. The minute you go on international duty, you absolutely you kill that control because of the travel, because of the different countries you're going in and out of, because of the players coming from all different clubs, you know, environments, everything, right? You are, and it's not just to a couple other, they're going worldwide.
Yeah.
So you lose your control of the situation. Now, maybe they feel that with testing, that's an acceptable risk because you're testing loads. So you can actually monitor these things. You know, we know Elneny has it. So we've managed to control that. But I disagree because we've let him get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just it doesn't sit right with me. Again, I'm no expert on it. Someone might say to me, "Shut up, James, you know what you're talking about. They've done this, this, and that." And I'll be like, fine, cool. But at a very kind of like common sense perspective, I don't really get it. It doesn't really make sense to me. Anyone who says it's the same as like Europa League and Champions League, it's not, because again, it's the same camp and you're controlling their environment. Yes, it's not, that's still not great, but it's much more controlled than what we're doing at the moment. But look, Elneny's the latest, and I really hope he recovers soon, and hope he's all right. And you know, unfortunately, it's the times we live in right now.
Exactly that. Now, I thank you, Aita, Bronzin. I hope to see. I believe with Partey potentially out, probably will be back, but with Elneny not being in squad due to COVID, I hope to see Emil Smith-Rowe or Willock in the squad. They have to be this Sunday. Have to be at least an option. Like, 100% in the mid, because we're lacking in the midfield.
We need someone of that profile now, don't we?
Yeah.
So let's just for fun. It's not really fun to think about, but for fun, let's say Elneny we know is not available. Partey, let's just say he's not recovered from his injury. And by the way, I think he has. So fans, don't sweat on it too much. I think it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, same.
Well, Xhaka and Sabas as a midfield pairing, we saw a lot of last year, and it worked really well. So I'm not too worried about that. But it's in the 10. But we need a Willock. We need a Smith-Rowe. We need someone who's either going to make the runs into the box like Willock, or who's going to play the ball into the final third like a Smith-Rowe. We need someone who's going to just give us some movement, some quality, some invention, like when we're nearer the goal. Like we need that. And at the moment, even if you have Partey and Elneny available with Xhaka and Ceballos, I don't know where that invention is coming from. I think Ceballos is capable of it. We've spoken about it before.
Yeah.
What would you do? Genuinely, like if you're Arteta going into the game this weekend, like what would your front six? Let's do front six. The midfield and the front three. What would you go for?
Come on, G. Little Xhaka and Partey. Obviously, Xhaka more defensively holding when Partey picks up the ball, or the 10 picks up the ball. The 10, Pepe. I've said it, James. I just want to see Pepe. Or I know. And the only thing, listen, Pepe in that 10. I just want to see it. I'll have Willock as the like for like sub if it just goes peaked on, just goes literally left. I mean, I think that's right on. I think that's right on you guys' camera. But yeah, so if it went left, I'd have Willock coming on for Pepe, but I'd have Xhaka and Partey sitting with Pepe in the 10. I don't really want to do this, but I mean, I just want if we see it, at least we've seen it and we know it doesn't work or may not work. I'd have Willian on the right. So Pepe in the 10, Willian on the right, Aubameyang through the centre through the middle. And if I'm honest, I feel like that may happen. That may happen this Sunday. I'm gonna put my bets on it. It'll probably happen this Sunday. And then on the left, I'd have Saka. So they're my 6.
I do think Arteta. I think Arteta's gonna. I think he'll have gone to the drawing board. I really do. Some of his quotes, and I know you're going to go into this interview. It's really bad of me. I've not read it yet, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will. So you are going to enlighten me, and I'll go back. But I did see snippets of it. And I think one of the things he said was he learns more when he's made mistakes, and I feel like that sentence. And I appreciate I've not got the context, perhaps, but that sounds to me like someone who is sitting there going, "Oh, look, they're coming at you, Cecil." That comment sounds to me like someone who's almost trying to say, "All right, guys, like I'm going to make changes. I've learned from this." Like, yeah, Lacazette might start, but Aubameyang's another one, who's got an international duty and is coming back, hungry with more confidence. He's had a good break from the team. I think it's been just a hectic few months for him. What with the contract signing, the fixtures we've had, having to do a job out on the left, which we know isn't his favourite position, even though he's been doing well out there. He'll come back reinvigorated, I think, or at least I hope.
Well, yeah, he's scoring. He's scoring at the moment.
He's scored a few goals for Gabon, yeah.
Playing down the middle though, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I think we should say this as well to fans, right? I'm seeing a lot of it, like even big sort of Arsenal influencers on Twitter saying, play Aubameyang down the middle. Look what happens when we play him down the middle. And it's like, hold on. Playing Aubameyang down the middle might help Aubameyang. I'm actually not convinced it helps the team yet. Like, we have so many problems in midfield and in the way we create that just playing Aubameyang there doesn't solve everything. It doesn't. So if Aubameyang does play down the middle, watch us still have these problems because it's not an easy fix. It's not just a positional thing. And the reason Lacazette's been playing there is because Arteta knows that there's a gap between midfield and attack, and he feels that Lacazette's the best player to breach it, to connect and sort of get in that gap and try and make things go from one end of the pitch to the other. He clearly feels Aubameyang won't do that. So if he's going to play Aubameyang, maybe we need a more natural 10. We need a Smith Rowe, or we need a Willock in behind him, or we need a Willian. We need something. So Aubameyang down the middle, what do you think? I mean, for me, that doesn't address all our problems personally. Like it might go some way towards helping us in the final third and converting chances, but it doesn't fix our fluidity problem.
Well, this is what Clark review says the best attacking play we've had this season was versus Sheffield United when Willian went into the 10, Pepe on the right, Saka left, Aubameyang through the middle. So, I mean,
he's right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like having someone in the 10, they'll be able to assist Aubameyang. I want Aubameyang to do the driving past the back line and running in behind and doing all that. He doesn't need to do what Lacazette's not trying to do, but what he's probably been told to do is drop in and create chances. If we got a 10 in there, he doesn't need to do that. Aubameyang can just do the running in behind. We have someone creative to pick it up and feed the ball through, or link up play and use people on the wing if they need it. So, the only thing is I don't think Arteta will do it because he hasn't had the time yet. I think it's something he might be looking at and may want to try. We may see it in, I think I said in the comments here in the Europa League games, but it needs to be trialed and tested before. Obviously, it worked against Sheffield United, but it needs to be more trialed and tested because we can't just come back from the international break and him just say this is the new formation, this is the new plan, and it just worked. Like we said, there's a lot of things that need to be changed. It's not just going to be a quick fix. A lot of things need to take time. The process, trust the process takes time. So, yeah, man, I just think that's the right way to go about it from going forward. If we're not going to make any, until we make the signings, or if we make any signings, I think just play Pepe and Willian, put someone in the 10, put Aubameyang down the middle, and see Wagwan, basically.
But you know what? Like, it's not like oh, here we go. I quite like this comment, by the way. Sorry, world-class strikers do not underperform for an entire season. They always find a way to score goals, and Oba does that. I find I'm not worried. Yeah, Oba, I'm not worried about Oba. Genuinely, I'm not worried about his form.
Thanks for the super chat. That's a good comment. That's a strong comment as well.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. What I'd say about all this, right? In terms of Arteta's willingness to change and adapt, and all this, it's not like we're doing well. So it's not like we're playing boring football. We're not pulling up trees. But you know what? We're still being the teams we should be. we're still, like 3 points off fourth or around there. The team's looking okay, nothing special. It's not that. Like, we lost at home to Villa, we lost at home to Leicester. We've lost 4 games this season. Won 4, lost 4. So that is. I wouldn't go as far as say that's an appalling start to the season. But
no,
pretty
but
bad.
Not, it's not great.
Pretty bad. Like, we should genuinely be quite like. Where I forgive him is that they are tough games, because there's no fans. Clearly, home advantage means nothing these days. Villa are a decent side. Leicester are a good side. City and Liverpool are very good sides. So losing to them, like losing to 2 of them, maybe 3, in a transition period is acceptable. Losing all 4 doesn't look great. So what I'm saying is, what is Arteta's unwillingness to change things right now? It's not like you can say, but you know what? We're not playing well, but we are getting through. We're getting results. We're kind of scraping by. We're not. We're not even scraping by. If we beat Villa 1-0 and played that badly, I'd be like, all right, maybe just having a good defence and hoping we score a goal is going to get us through. But we're not. We haven't scored a goal from open play in 4 Premier League matches. The last was a penalty against United. That's not good enough. So I would be staggered if he hasn't gone back to the drawing board, and on Sunday against Leeds, we don't see a tweak. I'm not saying, because I've said before, so I don't want to be a hypocrite. I've said before on this show, I'm not expecting Arteta to suddenly rip it up and do something completely new, but I'm expecting him to tweak it. I'm expecting him to acknowledge, all right, this didn't work, so I need to play with it slightly so that we do better in the final third, so we look like we got something about us in attack. Because at the moment we don't, and the form doesn't suggest there's any reason to stick with what he's doing.
Yeah, no, it's a tough one, James, because that's what I feel like. I don't think he'll think like this, but yeah, he'll be like, well, United, when we went away, if we play this system, it could work again. However, I don't believe it will, but that might be in his thoughts. He might think going away, we need to be more defensive and catch them on a counter. So I hope he doesn't think that, because I want to see, and I'm sure you do as well, a change, something different. And I feel like when we do our pre-match build-up show on Sunday, we can break down the attacking options and figure out what would be best going forward for Arsenal. I think that'll be a good. We'll do a little breakdown on that, so you make sure you guys tune in on Sunday to our live. We'll have a tactical pad and we'll be able to build your 11s. But just doing a plug for the show.
I'm looking forward to being back with that tactical pad. I've got to be honest.
Back at the studio on Sunday, guys. Yeah, so make sure you tune in. But I feel like something has to change. In his interview, Arteta was just saying that Arsenal aren't at it at the moment, when we're well off where he wants the club to be at this point. He said it's been a challenging start to the season, but that's kind of the main things I picked up. Really, he was just saying, he said about players' fitness and stuff, but he just said, yeah, that was it. It's a challenging start to the season, and I don't know if I 100%. Okay, yeah, we've had some run of tough games, to be fair, but what we've seen, that's what us as fans get annoyed at, is how we play. We get annoyed at that. And if I'm honest, against Villa, obviously it wasn't good enough. And even before then, at times, the play wasn't good enough. So I think he's got a lot to work on, I think, going forward.
Do you know, I sympathise? Like, when you're going to a new season and your first games are Liverpool in the Community. Well, firstly, there's been no pre-season. And by the way, for other clubs, that's not really an excuse, but for Arsenal, it absolutely is. Let's read this comment here, and then I'll say what I want to say, because this looks, This
is a point there. He played the same. Thank you, Bryce. Cecil has a point there. He played the same lineup that beat Liverpool in the Community Shield again at Anfield. We saw how that worked. I think that's just. That's how I think his mind might. I mean, managers. I know he oversays everything, but sometimes they think, do you know what? Not that they're superstitious, but they have a formula. They take pride in, that's what they go out with. That was their idea and whatnot, and they set up. And then they think, if it works, they think, do you know what? That worked then. It will work again. But it's not. Only some managers. I feel like that. It's not always the case, especially nowadays.
Yeah, I agree. And what I was going to say is, the lack of pre-season is an excuse for some clubs, not for everyone. But I do think Arsenal's one of those teams. We've got a new manager who's trying to put in new ideas. He's trying to bed in new players, and he's trying to completely change the culture of the club. And pre-season is a great way to do that. The tour, the opposition you face, the fans you meet, the time you have to get fitness to the levels you want, everything. And A, he's not been able to do that. But B, he's gone into the season knowing the first games were Liverpool in the Community Shield, Leicester and Liverpool away in the Carabao Cup, Liverpool, City, United away, and then Leicester at home, all in the first 8 Premier League matches. On top of that, the European commitments, one of those being an away game. So he's had a phenomenal amount to balance. Add to that the international breaks with players going away. He's not got the time with the players that he needs, that he wants. So normally, if you're judging a manager after like a year, you're saying, right, after a year, we should be seeing changes. We should be seeing, give it a year and a half with Arteta. Seriously. Think of the time he lost because of the pandemic, like time on the training pitch.
Yeah.
That would have been time that, yes, we would have been playing football, but that all goes into pre-season. That goes into time prepping players off the pitch. He's not had the access he normally have. He's not had the funds a lot of managers have. We just have to be patient. And he's not stupid. He's been nurtured as a football person under Arsene Wenger and Pep Guardiola. Trust me, he's not a negative manager. He does not want to park the bus for 90 minutes. He's genuinely doing what he thinks is going to get us through these matches. And then after, hopefully we'll see him, take his hand off the handbrake, relax a little bit. We'll see more fluid football, but it's going to take time. And I do feel sorry for him in that. And him admitting that Arsenal are well off is absolutely right. But we need to be patient.
Yeah, it takes time. I'm just gonna it's just too fresh a drink, mate. Where's all the energy you know for? Listen, obviously the topic's a bit. Elneny's got COVID, so we've got to keeping it humble today. The energy is there. No, trust me, it's there. But listen, I just want to quickly say also. Oh, I'm gonna put that comment out a million times. We're gonna move on now to Cedric Soares. We're going to congratulate him. He's just become a father. The photo he released on Twitter of him and his baby. Now, obviously, I was trying to dig and find the gender because I wanted to say a lovely baby, but I was literally searching all morning and I couldn't find the gender. So put in the comments if anyone knows. I mean, people are just gonna put random genders now. They're gonna put male and female. I don't know.
Yeah, you fish for that, mate. Now you're gonna get swarmed. But,
all right. People be easy, but listen. I'm gonna congratulate him as becoming a father. I think he's a great player. If I'm honest, I think he was a good signing. I know a load of people disagree with me on that, but when he comes in, I think he does a great job. When I see him play, I don't think it's not bad. Cedric's not a bad player to have. So, but
I like Cedric a lot. I honestly, I think people get. I think there's a subconscious agenda against Cedric because he was a bit of a random signing. People are saying, why are we signing? We've got Maitland-Niles, and obviously people love Maitland-Niles. People felt that a 4-year contract was too long. People felt that he was brought in because of certain agents and agreements or whatever. Look, he's a Premier League proven right back in his prime year, supposedly. He's good cover. And he's never really done anything wrong. Like, he really hasn't. So, I'm fine with Cedric. I think people need to relax. Like, you don't always bring in players because I know he's not going to have the same impact, but think how Liverpool fans might have reacted when they signed James Milner. Well, how would we have reacted? Free transfer from a rival club who's going into his kind of latter years. Why are we giving him such a long contract? All that. He's proven to be key. Now, I'm not saying Cedric will have the same impact. I'm just saying, who's actually got the time to be complaining about the Cedric transfer? I just don't have the time. I don't.
Even Jota, sorry, James Kite. Even Jota at Liverpool, people might be thinking that's an interesting buy, but I think he's now he fits the formula for Klopp and for Liverpool. I just feel we got to be patient in. They're going to be useful. Basically, these players they're not just random buys. They come in handy. Do you know what I mean?
Just don't have mad expectations. We don't want to be playing Bellerin regularly in the Europa League, so we signed a backup right back. He's Premier League proven. He came for free. I don't think he's on some phenomenal wage. I think he's probably on quite a reasonable one. 4-year contract. Well, yeah, they'll take him to 32, where he's probably still quite a capable right back. Like, I just don't, like, again, who's got the time to complain about this? Like, we have so many other problems in the team. We've made so many other terrible signings. He's just not one of them. Like, anyway. But on another note, congrats to Cedric. Big news. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we don't know.
It's pretty grim at the moment. So good for him.
Yeah, facts. And we haven't got kids, so we can't relate to that feeling. But I'm sure it's incredible. Anyway, right. So we've got a super chat here from Nero. Arteta is stubborn, 100% over, won't play down the middle. Let's be honest. I just am I being sorry? I know I'm just making random noises to the camera here, but am I being naive and just wanting it as a fan, wanting it so much? I want him to play down the middle that I'm thinking it's going to happen, or do you think Arteta might actually be thinking, do you know what? Now it's the time for change. What do you think, James?
Like I said, like, I want him to address our midfield before he addresses the front three. Yeah, I want to see Aubameyang down the middle. Of course I do, like a lot of people. But it's the midfield balance that isn't right. It's the formation that's not right. Like, I actually think Aubameyang down the middle is like the third or fourth problem to address here. When Emery was sacked, you know, he was criticised by a lot of fans, including me. And this was my biggest issue with Emery was he changed too much. Every game was a different formation, a different lineup. Ozil, you're in. Ozil, you're out. Ozil, you're back in. Ramsey, I don't fancy. I'm not giving you a contract. Actually, play every game to the end of the season now. Do you know what I mean? Like, Kolasinac, not really sure. Actually, Kolasinac, you're our best attacking threat. Play every game. Like, it was incredible. Like, Lacazette, you're our best player, but I'm not going to start you. Like, it was madness. Like, it was carnage. Every game, you had no idea what he was going to do. And what I said was, if you're going to go down and you're going to get fired, and it's not happening, go down with your principles. Go down with what you believe. Yeah. And in fairness, Arteta's very much going with what he believes. Like, he might be stubborn, but clearly he believes that that's what's right for the club. And if it doesn't work out, and I really hope it doesn't, but he ends up leaving the club because of it, at least he'll go down and he'll leave doing what he genuinely believed was right for the team. And we can't fault that. And I prefer a manager who's confident with what they're doing than a manager who's constantly chopping and changing. So, as I said, if he makes a few tweaks, good. Like, that's tweak things, like play with it a little bit. But if he comes out and suddenly plays a diamond, or suddenly he's somehow got Ozil registered again and he's chucked him back in the team, that can never happen. I'm joking. I'm exaggerating for dramatic effect. Then I'd be sitting there thinking, like, good on you for changing it, but this screams of panic a little bit to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about that, but like, that is how I would take it, if I'm being completely honest.
You're right. Players need to get used to the players they're playing with, and chopping and changing never helps the team dynamic and the relationships on the pitch. So we've got a nice little Stephanie. Oh, I've seen his name a few times. Stephania says, James says, so I think Jack will leave, not because he's a bad player. It's because he can't play in a fast league like Prem and suits Spain, Italy, Germany. He is just a Swiss Tony Kroos. Now,
don't tell Aubameyang that.
Yeah, because they won't be friends. Do you know what? This comment though, I do agree. I think Jack is trying to adjust and adapt to the Premier League by doing a more like I think he'll be best in the DM role and not getting involved in the quick build-up plays and all that. But I do agree the Premier League is fast-paced, and I only think a certain caliber of player can actually have a solid career in the Premier League. It's completely different to the Italian league and Spanish league. So I actually agree with that comment. I don't think he will leave though. I don't think he'll leave, but yeah, his career may find himself in his next transfer not playing in the Premier League. I do agree with that. Yes. Quickly. Oh wow, we are running through time. I'm going to quickly give you guys a Martinelli update from an article that I found this morning, written by, to give credit, by Rich Jones. So Martinelli is supposed to be back to light training with a ball as well. So it's looking like he's slowly making a comeback. He has said in an interview recently, let me get this up because it's quite good. I really like playing on the left side. He said that last season. He said it's his favorite position. I give myself the maximum for the team, and I always give 100% in the game winning. Now, that is to me interesting, James. I know your take. Obviously, he says he likes playing on the left, but yeah, he basically should be back soon. But where would we see him fit best, do you think? Everyone watching as well, let us know. James, your thoughts on that as well.
I'd like to see Martinelli down the left. I think that's where he's most dangerous. Some people see him as like our future number 9, like a false 9, maybe like Firmino or something. I don't really see that for him. I think out on the left, he's I like him. He gets the ball in. He can pick up the ball in central areas. He can pick it up wide. He can run at players. He can pick out a pass. He can ghost in the box and get on the end of it. You know, a header at the back post if the balls come from the right. He can Lichtsteiner. He can make things happen, and he's the sort of player you want on the left if you're going to have an Aubameyang up front, because he'll come more central and get into those areas we discussed, whereas Aubameyang might play on the shoulder. You know, you can always compare it to Harvey Barnes and Jamie Vardy, the way Barnes comes central and Vardy makes the runs. I think Martinelli's got more to him than Harvey Barnes, but Barnes is a very good player as well. So, yeah, out on the left, what I don't want to see is Martinelli out on the right, because Arteta played him there a few times for the sake of the formation. It never worked. I mean, there's certain players who they're left wingers and they can't play on the right. It's as simple as that. There's certain players who can't do both because their style doesn't suit it, and Martinelli's one of them. So I'd have him out on the left personally. I think that's where he'll thrive.
Okay. Do you know what? I fully hear that. I've got some more super chats on Nero again. I think. Hold on, bear with me. Oh, there's quite a few super chats coming in. I'm taking comments now for the last couple minutes of the show, so I get them all in. Nero says, I think we all forget that Arteta preferred Eddie to Martinelli. Oof. Martinelli got no ratings from Arteta, then got injured. Arteta has his favourites. Arteta definitely does have his favourites. From what I've seen, I agree with that. However, not the state of the club's in right now, it's the wrong thing to say, but the issues that we have going forward and attacking, and what we've seen from Eddie Nketiah, I'm not saying it's been terrible, but he's been given an opportunity. I think he's been quite found out in the way he plays, and it doesn't really bring a new dynamic to Arsenal's attack when he comes on. I feel like Martinelli, when he's back, will definitely be used, and it should give us something different. So thank you for that comment, Nero. I don't know if James, if anything you want to say on that, or did that?
No, there's definitely some truth in the fact that Martinelli didn't play that much under Arteta at first, but he's young. He's adapted to a new league. I'm sure with time that won't be the case, and he'll be playing plenty. Anyway.
We hope so. Jordan Stanton says Martinelli left wing, Saka as a 10, Oba striking up front.
I don't see Saka as a natural 10 personally.
Yeah, nor do I. I think that's quite a lot of youth as well. Not that youth's a problem, but in that attacking three there, obviously on the right, we'd have probably more experienced player like Pepe or Willian, but I don't see Saka as a 10. But I think he'll probably get pushed. Do you think? I think if Martinelli plays left, Saka may get put down to left wing back, which isn't. I mean, yeah. What's your thoughts on that? If Saka went left wing back, and then we have Martinelli on the left wing, do you think they'll be able to combine, link up? What are you thinking?
Yeah, but they've done it before. They've got a great little combination record. I think there's that famous goal. I say famous maybe to Arsenal fans for kind of the fact they came through two real youths with real potential. But it was that goal against Bournemouth in the FA Cup where Martinelli sort of came inside, rolled it to Saka, who made the overlap and scored. Look, I don't mind Saka at left wing back. I don't mind a back three if the balance is right. At the moment we're playing a kind of back three, but the balance is completely wrong. So but Martinelli, Saka down one left hand side. Yeah, I'm all for it. I think that could be dangerous.
Agreed. Tino says Arsenal have had a long time. Arsenal have for a long time had at least one player who has missed out of the team for unknown reasons. Anyone know why Lucas Perez never got time?
It's a good question.
I don't know, but you're right. There is always a player. Like, we can talk about Saliba as well in that bracket there. Like,
well, I always thought Oxlade-Chamberlain never got enough time.
Oh,
I always thought Francis Coquelin, before his run and where he became really good back in sort of 2015, we knew about him for a few years and he didn't get game time. Like, there's quite a few players who, it's a very good point. Like, they've Gabriel, but not this current Gabriel at centre back. We had Gabriel Paulista, who came from Villarreal, I think. Like, I liked him. I really liked him. I thought he was a good centre back. He was a committed individual, and he didn't get game time. And you're right, there's always one, but that's because managers have their own opinions. Like, they don't reflect the opinions of the fans. They have their own opinions and their own tactics and their own setups, and we're going to disagree sometimes.
Agreed. There's a lot of. I'm just going to flick through last few because we're well over time. Right? Dapper Don Dada says James Cecil, Arsenal, and Arteta are not Liverpool and Klopp. One club has a European pedigree, Arsenal don't. Chelsea, I don't think this is an Arsenal fan. Chelsea has more European pedigree than Arsenal. Both of them win big trophies first. I mean, I could really disagree with that. I don't know if
I wholeheartedly disagree with that.
Disagree, yeah.
I agree Arsenal don't have the European pedigree Liverpool.
Yeah, we haven't got the Champions League, but
in terms of club stature, we're not miles off them.
Yeah, facts. And
we're bigger than Chelsea. Like, we are a bigger club than Chelsea. 100%. They won the Champions League, which is phenomenal, but we're a bigger club still. I mean, and also focus on winning big trophies. So the Premier League and the Champions League.
We have big trophies. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, exactly. Premier League and an invincible golden Premier League. Let's not forget, which I don't think any of you have. So allow it. Let me now. Another comment.
Thanks for the comment there.
Yeah, thanks for the comment. Challenge to get 10,000. Challenge to get 10,500 subscribers with no vids. Interesting. Arsenal playing boring football today is because of Arteta's tactics and instructions. He's cautions the players so much. That's why you don't see Willian playing to his potential like he does at Chelsea. Now, I don't think Willian even played to his potential at Chelsea, so I don't know about that comment. But I agree that there's a lot of cautions in Arteta's play. From what I see, I talk about all the time, the urgency in the build-up is not fast enough. It's not penetrating enough. So that I can agree with that. So yeah, James, I don't know if your thoughts on that.
I actually agree with a lot of that, but I don't think it's Arteta's long-term plan, so hopefully it'll improve.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let me just check. A lot of them just saying big up, James, big up, Cecil. Thank you for your comments. We really appreciate it. I am going to leave on this one. Mum Spaghetti's always in the comments. I always see this name. Tell Robbie to buy Grealish. I'll let him know. Because you see Robbie, yeah, he's got, you know what I mean? Got the funds, get a little transfer. Yeah, we'll speak to Robbie and see what I got. And on that note, for goodness sake, one super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. The signature just looks like Lima. And on that note, guys,
never let it go.
Never let it go. Thank you so much for watching AFTV Daily News Show. We have overrun, but you know what? It is all good vibes. Thank you for watching. Congratulations to Cedric on having a new baby, and we hope Elneny don't suffer too bad from the COVID symptoms, and we will hopefully see you soon. Thank you for watching. Have a good Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Have a good Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow, and yeah, this Sunday, Leeds versus Arsenal. We'll be back in the studio. Thank you for watching. I will now play our app.
This is AFTV VIP, the official web app with members-only content, has no ads and a live in-game match center. The bias predictor, it has daily polls, and the AFTV 11 selector. Just one click away.